Okay.
Round it up.
Let's see. Let me check the sound.
Here we go. Here we go. Nothing. I'm happy. I got nothing. Just one film. That the Chevron fund earmark will be spent as required by the earmark. And that whether he would or want to know it, I don't know. But the fact is, it says we all know. Sloop Club. We are an organization that's been here in this building for between 30 and 40 years. And what we are is we're really an amalgam of at least 4 different organizations, all under the name Beacon Sloop Club. We're a sailing club that operates the Sloop Woody Guthrie. We're an environmental club that has many environmental activities, including alternative energy. We own a solar trailer that goes around to various events to prove that solar energy can really be used for practical purposes, and we run all our music festivals off solar power. We're a music club. We have a circle of song after every meeting, and we have between 30 and 40 people participating in that circle of song every month. And finally, we're a social justice organization. we are deeply involved in social justice causes locally and some social justice causes and environmental justice causes that reach far beyond the Hudson Valley. These are the things we do. Now, recently, one of our members served on a Citizens Advisory Committee to Chevron Oil Company. And that Citizens Advisory Committee was involved with them cleaning up the old Texaco laboratory site in Glenham, New York. And our member, Tom LeVar, went to these committee meetings over a period of years to help advise Chevron on this cleanup from a community point of view. And they're getting pretty close to the conclusion of the cleanup. And one of the things they did to recognize the work of the activists is they made an earmarked donation to the Beacon Sloop Club of $1,000 that was earmarked for restoration work on the Woody Guthrie's electric motors. And as is required by our 501c3 on tax-exempt status, we're using that money that way to do repairs and restoration to the electric motor propulsion system on the Woody. The Woody, by the way, is probably the only boat on the Hudson River with an electric, non-polluting auxiliary motor system. Okay, and I can give you anybody details on that later. This did not sit well with some of our members, many of our members, who felt that we really shouldn't be taking money from an oil company. But since the money was earmarked, we accepted it and we have to use it that way. However, what happened was the Beacon Sloop Club members wanted to do something to undo some of the damage or help fix some of the damage that Texaco and Chevron have done down in Ecuador as a result of oil extraction activities. And the club voted to make a $1,000 donation out of club general funds to the Pachamama Alliance, which is the U.S. affiliate of the Pachamama Foundation down in Ecuador. And that's an organization of indigenous people down in the Amazon River Basin in Ecuador. And with that, I think I'm going to hand this over to Rosa. You're next? Okay. Connie, you're going to talk about the resolution we passed.
First, for all of us, I would like to thank the women who were good enough to do the drumming for us, and Roland. Now, we passed a proposal at the general meeting of the Sloop Club a month ago, and I'm going to read that to you. Can you all hear me? Is this thing working?
No, that's not PA. That's just for the time.
No, it's not working. Can you all hear me? Yes, you can. A gift of $1,000 was given to the Beacon Sloop Club by the Chevron Corporation for the club's use. You just heard that from Saul. I propose, that is to say, the proposal was accepted, that the Beacon Sloop Club make its own gift at this time to the Ecuadorian NGO Fundacion Pachamama by way of its U.S. affiliate, the Pachamama Alliance in Oakland, California. It is in the spirit of this club that we join in solidarity with over 100 international organizations thus far to stand with Fundacion Pachamama in their ongoing work for the Ecuadorian people and the call for the immediate reversal of the government's shutdown of their offices in Quito, Ecuador. The government has been working hand in hand with Chevron in its violation of the human rights of the people of Ecuador. On Human Rights Day, December 10th, these international organizations, including the Sierra Club, Amnesty International, and the Human Rights Watch, called for the immediate reversal of the dissolution of Pachamama by the government and reinstatement of their legitimate right to dissent against the government's decision to hand over the territories of indigenous people with concessions to the oil company. That's still going on. Hasn't been done to comfort. The government would allow the opening of 2.6 million hectares of Amazon rainforests, that's new, to new oil drilling. Chevron has done extraordinary damage to the people of Ecuador by deliberately dumping billions of gallons of toxic wastewater into the Amazon rainforests. And in 2011, Chevron lost its legal battle and was ordered to pay $9.5 billion for cleanup operations, but they have refused to pay. And now, unless stopped, the damage and the destruction will continue. We have an opportunity as a human rights and environmental organization to support the indigenous peoples of the Amazon in Ecuador in spirit with this small gift. It is what Chevron should be doing in paying the billions required to begin to undo the damage done. We can simply put our hearts and minds to work in joining other organizations in condemning these actions and in educating ourselves and others and learn what more we can do. What we did after passing this resolution was to issue a press release, which Rosemary and I had written, and calling this press conference. And despite the acceptance of the 1,000 from Chevron, we are putting our own 1,000 to the cause that should be Chevron and the cause of all of us who care. Now, I have one additional mention, which is very new and in a way very important. Monday, and this came to our attention thanks to Ken Miller, who follows Amazon Watch. Monday, at the Chevron office in Houston, at their headquarters, there are two people from Amazon Watch, Han-Shan, who may be visiting us sometime this year, and Mitch Anderson, two activists with Amazon Watch. They were arrested for sitting in front of the Chevron office. And their message was that sitting in and making the case for what they call rainforest Chernobyl, for the environmental catastrophe for indigenous people living in the Amazon basin. And they said, despite losing a 20-year legal battle and receiving a $9.5 billion judgment against them, Chevron says it will never pay. Now, a wide cross-section of US-based environmental and corporate governance groups have condemned Chevron most recent retaliatory attacks to intimidate the Ecuadorian people and farmers who have been so harmed by the massive contamination of their ancestral land. And so we are in very good company.
Do you know where the Chevron headquarters is located? And secondly,
environmental damage here in New York State, ensuring that families and children in the affected areas have access to clean and uncontaminated air and water. And certainly, the families and especially the children of Ecuador deserve no less. Therefore, we call upon Chevron to take this experience as a prototype to what can be done in the Amazon and elsewhere in engaging the local people and their organizations who must have a voice in the use of their resources in the future. We believe that Chevron must take responsibility for their actions and the vast costs, human and financial, and begin the urgent and life-saving cleanup now, and not wait until litigation over liability and cost issues resolved. Undoing the vast damage must begin now, for the sake of a sustainable future for the people in their precious world of life-giving rainforests. The Beacon Sloop Club is dedicated to the cleanup and protection of the Hudson River and its watershed, as well as promoting sound environmental practices and environmental justice everywhere.
Excuse me, can I add a little more about the Amazon?
Say what?
Yeah, can I add a little more about the Amazon? Would you like to come up? Yeah. Let us know your name. Yeah. Hello, good evening, everybody. This was a, plan to come 2 weeks ago. I was invited by a friend who invited me here. Yeah. And this is a problem that we need to bring the attention to the Ecuadorian people, Latino people in general, who lives in here in Westchester County. I wanted to let you know that the government of Ecuador, Rafael Correa, came up to power with the popular vote, which means 80% of the minority who has been disgusted by the bank's bankruptcy in Ecuador when they stole all the money from the whole country. And he came with a promise that he will change all of that. He declared himself to be a revolutionary, a revolution that we did not know when we asked him if he was a socialist or a communist or he was a democratic. He did not want to clear what was his position, so people blindly vote for him. The first election, the second election, at the third election, he committed a fraud because his popularity and his promise has been breaking day by day and leaving the people more poor than ever. When we have been facing, narco traffickers coming to the country, as from Mexico, from Europe, from Belgium, from Russia, from Jewish, and all kinds of Europeans arrived to Ecuador to bring, drugs instead of having a solution. But briefly, I wanted to say that he dismantled 300 organizations which were non-profit and handled to survive, even that no money came from any government that came to power in Ecuador. This has caused the immigration of millions of people, the Ecuadorian people here in the United States, which has been denied of medical or any help from the government of the churches in Westchester County. The Ecuadorian people needs to we need to have this Pachamama Alliance coming to Westchester and coming to us anywhere. We are organizing the people there. So we need to join the organizations because I represent the United Organizations locally and internationally. I'm working for free. I am a disability.
It's official.
Yes. This is from Germany. What's your name? Gloria Jar. I'm sorry, okay. Gloria Jar. Okay.
I'm the treasurer for the Beacon Sloop Club. I've been a member for 7 years. I worked for Pete Seeger for 4 years. That's what got me here. I was always fascinated by the clean water in the city. Down at South Street Seaport, I always wanted to ride it, but I never got to. But when I came up here and I found that there was a smaller club to be involved with, because I couldn't get on the big boat, basically. And I could learn how to sail, which was the most important thing. I joined right up. And working for Pete is like a, video thing, so, this was like a wave. I mentioned it in one meeting, and I did not think that this would happen. I did not think that, the club was at that place where they would do something like this. So I'm completely blown away tonight, and this is an amazing moment, and I thank you all for being here. And I'm going to show you the check. It's all enough. He told me not to sign it, and I should sign it here, because it's really dramatic, but I already signed it, so.
That check, I just want to introduce myself. I never got around to that. My name's Saul Rosinski. I'm president of the Sloop Club this year. Okay. I want to introduce everybody else who's standing here. This is Connie Hogarth, who is our, in many cases, has been the moral compass of this club.
Yes.
And, respected elder and compass.
Yes.
Okay, and Sarah Elizabeth, you know. Steve Schwartz, Captain Steve Schwartz up there.
The Vice Commodore.
What?
The Commodore Vice.
The Commodore Vice. He's standing there and he's holding the check, and he's had a lot to do with this. You might, if you don't know the Beacon Sloop Club, let's just say that the entire matter surrounding this check was, to say the least, a lively debate. And the people who these are some of the people who participated in it. And incredible amount of work, incredible amount of talent goes into resolving an issue like this. And I think it was done pretty well. And starting from the other end, we'll end in the middle, is Rosemary Thomas, who's the co-author of the press release and did a fantastic job. And also rounds up all the vendors for our festivals, which is kind of slightly important.
And the corn festival.
And right, Corn Festival coordinator.
And past president of
the club. And there's Ken Miller, who's a real hard worker on the building committee. And in addition to that, showed us where we had to get taught us about Pachamama Alliance and about what's going on in Ecuador, and kind of opened our eyes.
Yes.
And finally, there's
Bravo.
Last but not least.
Longtime member of the club, who brings the indigenous North American people's point of view to it.
Yes.
And that's very important. And I know we've covered everybody up here. And I think now the film.
All right.